Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Fabric of History, Section 3, Vietnam's link to Anou and Thai perceptions of that association. I'd like to apologize ahead of time for the mispronunciation of words, but I'll spell it out for you guys, like I've always been. So let's go ahead and continue on, and I believe this one is probably four parts. Okay. Not only Europeans observed and reported the fall of Anou, Vietnamese reports of the events were also collected. For Vietnam, close neighbor to both Siam and Laos, had been involved in a number of the diplomatic maneuvers leading up to the conflict and figured as Anou's last hope after the defeat. Following the collapse of the Kingdom of Vientiane, Anou wandered several months into the forests of central Laos, and finally decided to seek asylum in Vietnam. Aware that granting asylum to the defeated Lao king would surely spark reactions from Siam, the Vietnamese emperor Minh M-I-N-H, Mang M-A-N-G, immediately directed a scholar, Ngao N-G-O, Chao, I believe C-A-O, Lang L-A-N-G, to make a compilation of all documents related to this affair. Traveling to the front lines at Huy Hop, Q-U-Y and H-O-P, on the fringes of Lao territory, Ngao Khao Lang amazed a dense administrative report entitled "The Chronicle of Our Imperial Court's Behavior Toward the Affairs of the Country of 10,000 Elephants." Footnote 53. The unique compilation gathered all the sources available at the Vietnamese court, ranging from spy reports from Lao territory occupied by Thai armies, to the details of the one-man show performed by Boudin when he received Vietnamese emissaries E-M-I-S-S-A-R-I-E-S in Vientiane, to the successive letters forwarded by Anou to Minh Mang. The whole report gives a picture of the elaborate shifting political stance of the emperor Minh Mang himself. The court of Hue, H-U-E, displayed surprising care in handling this affair. Minh Mang certainly realized the full value and potential significance of the file concerning Anou. As a matter of fact, he was very uneasy about it, probably because it exposed certain actions performed by the Vietnamese court. J. H. Moore, in his notes on Siam, taken in 1833, wrote that the Prince Van Chao, Anou, and family made their escape into Shaoxin, China, China, but instead of meeting with a friendly reception, they were seized by the king of that country and delivered prisoners to the Siamese. Footnote 54. More than 30 years later, the members of the French Commission for the Exploration of the Mekong, Louis de Cornell and Francis Gournay, among them, echoed Moore's assessment. Footnote 53. It is thus truly ironic that the French colonists succeeded in arguing that they were coming to extend their protectorate to Laos in the name of Vietnam. We encounter a more telling and perhaps more accurate reflection of the relationship between Vietnam and Laos in the words of the Emperor Louis C. Thieu, last name Tri, and that's R 1841-1847. Minh Mang's successor, who, receiving an official report from his mandarin relating Chu Lao scribbled on it. Lao, what, where? Footnote 56. So Zhao Anou received little assistance from the Vietnamese emperor. His final stumbling flight into the country has subsequently provided Thai historians with the draft of evidence they required to portray Zhao Anou as a rather feeble dependent or puppet of Min Meng. The prolific Thai historian M.L. Manick Damsai, that is M-A-N-I-C-H, I think I pronounced that wrong, Damsai, D-U-M-S-A-I, unhesitatingly identified the conflict of 1827 as the pivotal catalyst, P-I-V-O-T-A-L, catalyst, C-A-T-A-L-Y-S-T, for later events in the region, and noted Anou's association with Vietnam. The suppression of Vientiane has been one of the bitterest episodes of Thai history. Anou's rebellion is understood as one of the most daring and ruthless that was suppressed in Thai history. However, Lao history perceives Anou's rebellion as a war of independence. Anou became a war hero, saved everything for his country, and was considered one of the bravest men in Lao history. It is beyond doubt that he was a brave warrior. He proved himself a daring soldier when he served under the King of Bangkok and drove out the Burmese and recaptured Shenzhen, Chien-Gsen, from the enemy. Even among the Thai, he was honored as such. The consequence of this war between Laos and Siam was far-reaching because it provided the Vietnamese with an opportunity to lay claim to Laos. Anou had gone to ask the Emperor of Vietnam for assistance by discussing terms of submission and promising the secession of the eastern provinces and the usual tribute of the silver and gold piece every 3 years. As a result, Siang Quang was occupied by a Vietnamese garrison, and the Vietnamese moved in at several points in Camun and Haipan, Huapan. Later, when France ruled Vietnam, this served as a pretext for the French to take control of the whole of Laos. Footnote 57. This representation of Zhao Anou as the failed rebel, who submitted himself to Vietnam, and in that act sacrificed large portions of Laos to Hue. His influence has influenced many subsequent histories. For instance, during the Cold War era, Zhao Anou was portrayed by Thai historians as a villain puppet whose strings were pulled by the Vietnamese. A Thai scholar tried to substantiate this in an article with the suggestive title, Behind the Scenes of the Revolt of Vientiane, Zhao Anou. Footnote 58. This interpretation has even been popularized in a novel entitled Dok Pha Champasak, D-O-K-F-A, Champasak, Celestial Flower of Champasak. Footnote 59. Authored by Lung Vishit Vada Kun. Lung, L-U-A-N-G, second word, V-I-C-H-I-T-R, last name I believe V-A-D-A-K-A-R-N. I think I'll stop there, and then I'll continue on as section, as part 2.